20 minutes, if we can then have a short discussion. So we, you know, the three of us, I mean, you have been listening to other presentations, so we give you the floor.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. We are deeply sorry about Amel Erhankılıç's emergency health issue, so he couldn't join us today. But I will continue to do presentation for us. So if you may, I will share my screen for
Please
presentation. Go. Okay, thank you. Volunteer participation platform. Buca, the most populous district of Izmir, has a population of near to 600,000 compared to 2020. It is very, is it okay? Can you see the presentation?
We see it. Can you put it in full screen? Otherwise, that's fine.
Okay, we're sorry about technical issues.
No problem. You can just go back to what you had if you cannot put full screen. We see it already. Yes, press there. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. I'll continue. It is very important to protect our extension's identity and the values of Buca and to ensure the encouragement of the individual from different cultures into the city life and the culture of the city. And we are here to present volunteer participation platform right here. As Buca Municipality Sustainability Office, we carry out projects and activities that will make it possible to create a local vision, to implement projects to the care of local needs and the relevant stakeholders, to local indicators on the way to common goal, and to measure these introductions regularly to localize the targets. We produce innovative change projects with our participatory governance approach. Volunteer participation platform is just one of these projects. It's a project that facilitates democratic participation in our district, raises awareness about 17 sustainability development goals and the 169 sub-targets, and is source of inspiration within the country as a good practice. The volunteer participation platform, which we designed on the need for a digital platform where we can use the collective mind to solve problems and to take care of local needs with the participation of stakeholders, has been an effective example of technological innovation. And if you can see the site contact, we have contact information, which they can reach us, mail and messages, project writing parts, that's including writing project summary guided by the questions that we made, and the sustainability information about development goals, calendar that have some activities of the municipality are included in the calendar up to date, so you can follow any events or projects date by date. And we shared all projects in the site info about the projects done and ongoing under the relevant SDGs, and the certain developments new fit contains certain developments. Our project is a digital platform designed to bring an equitable, transparent, inclusive, technological, innovative solution that enables the rights-based democratic participation of all our stakeholders in the transition process from the traditional management approach to local governments for sustainability development of Buca. These are the methods for the volunteers. The volunteering process operates within the framework of Spatial Provincial Administration Local Government's Volunteer Participation Regulation. First of all, you should be a volunteer. You can also volunteer from the homepage of the site or the page of the relevant SDGs and the projects. After that, you can, as a volunteer, share your opinion and the related SDGs. At the heart of the site are the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Within the scope of these objectives, we get the basic ideas of our volunteers with the few questions that they can explain their projects with their project ideas. And after that, we collect the ideas, and after that, if selected collectors and the volunteers, we will make orientation workshops and the actions. After that, volunteers and those who share projects ideas are connected. The other methods for the background, I mean for us, for the municipality, arrive an idea, our volunteers send project ideas to us, and after that, approved by the ethic committees. Compliancy of the project idea with the municipality laws, competence, and the scopes of activities within the scope of SDG is checked. After that, aligned with the SDGs and the volunteer cards and orientation part is coming. Information is given about our municipality and the Buca. Volunteers are trained in the project writing methods and the development goals of United Nations. And after that, the 5 of us making subgroups. Volunteers who want to work on similar issues like gender equality or no poverty or green world, something like that, in the same subgroups, and they continue with the common ideas. Exchange projects volunteer work systematic is each volunteer subgroups work with the one facilitator constellating from the Buca Municipality Sustainability Office. Each team consists of one facilitator and one coordinator and one reporter and the team members. Working systematic, it takes place at least twice a month on the days, place, and the times that the team members will decide it together. Volunteer work subgroups, awareness, advocacy, technical support, they work on the project basis to provide. Volunteers can be involved in the exchange project in 3 ways. First of all, volunteer participation in the project certainly being carried out by our municipality. And the second of all, volunteer participation in the 17 criteria in the line with the Sustainable Development Goals by themselves. And last of it, project ideas of the volunteer, which is not in the practice for the development of municipality services by sharing idea and innovative projects, and then submitted for the evaluations by the Innovation Committee of Research and Development Directorate, and put into practice in the order produced policy with the Buca Municipality Council subgroups. Volunteer orientation is carried out the supervision of the volunteers advisor. Evaluation of the volunteers analyze the extent to which objective has been achieved, the solutions to problems encouraged, the extent which is the success criteria can be met, and how to achieve better. Established sub-volunteers working groups working like the city councils and the young volunteers will discuss their collective ideas, discuss these ideas with the policy makers, and take the facilitation role in the implementation part. Directorates will turn ideas into the project, harmonize with them the municipality targets and the SDGs, and put them into the practice. You can volunteer by logging into the www.bucabizim.com and clicking the Become a Volunteer button. It's so easy and user-friendly. Once the volunteering process is complete, you can start trading your email addresses and the password. You have the change process from the 3 options from the main screen entry. These are, first of all, volunteering for the local government activities. Other one is projects from relevant SDGs. And the third of it, ideas from new projects for the local government services. The platform has been prepared with 2 language options, Turkish and English. Realized within the all municipality can be accessed within the platform. At the same time, there are interfaces within the platform for accessing your personal panel, frankly asking questions and getting information about us. Innovation. The most important difference from the other municipalities is the platform is focused on the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals and receives project ideas from volunteers in the basic project writing criteria. Since the internet access of young people is mostly made from mobile phones, studies are carried out in the coordination with our IT department to ensure that platform can be accessed from the mobile application as well as the website. These are the screenshots from the website. So, since the establishment of the replication, it has been introduced in the many national and international areas like this, and the information about its operation has been given. In this way, they were encouraged to do in their own structures. Recognition. Unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there were no students and most of events and planned actions was delayed in 2002 and the early 2021. But also we have number of registration volunteers, number of ideas and projects given for just a little short time. And these are the volunteer sustainability goals for our municipality from the volunteers' ideas, just like qualified education, anti-hunger, anti-poverty, sustainable city and communities. Sorry. In the order to promote and disseminate volunteer participation platform, first of all, in-house platform promotion activities were held and the presentations were made to relevant units. Our project was introduced into many youth workshops. Within the scope of the European Democracy Week, the volunteer participation platform was also presented on an international platform. Gante's volunteer working group, which was created to deal with the 25 architecture discipline and the many disciplines and the concepts holistically, carries out project-based studies. The Youth Meeting the Nature event, which contributes to development of the social conscience and the peer leadership, contribute to these dimensions of the volunteer participation platform. Volunteer participation platform is carried out within the municipality by the staff of Buca Municipality Research and Development Directorate. And the UA project carried out for the organizations working with the volunteers within the scope of the Gloria Network, signed in 3rd September 21. Volunteers are given the chance to certify what they have gained through these experiences with our municipality. The volunteer participation platform, which aims to bring together NGOs as well as local volunteers, strengthens and the relations and the cooperation between Buca Municipality and the AGOs. At the same time, it's carry out projects in the cooperation within the independent Buca Municipality City Council within the institution. The City Council is the strongest alliances. In addition, the City Council has sub-committees such as youth, children, and gender equality. This is what you're giving for. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much for very interesting presentation.
Thank you.
Sorry for the mayor for health issues.
Yes, unfortunately.
Let me ask you two questions.
Please.
What is the purpose of focusing on all the 17 goals, which for me is, I mean, it's so huge. Have you identified some goals that are more relevant on which you want to work for Buca? Because all of them are not necessarily as relevant. So how much are you distinguishing between the most relevant SDGs rather than working just on the long list of the 17? And you say that they are working on project ideas. What type of project ideas, what type of projects are proposed in relation to the SDGs? I would be interested to learn about that.
First of all, thanks so much for asking these questions, and I will answer that. We just started a cooperation with the NGOs and the volunteers as a Buca municipality, but we are first of all focusing what we are doing or what we should doing, coming from the ideas from the volunteers. And as a municipality, you know that we should be focused on the first of all 11th and the 13th targets as a I'm so sorry about that, but operations. These operations are very important for the municipalities and the citizens. So we are just started with the volunteers as the first of all what they have to do, what they can give us and what they want. We learned about their volunteers' ideas, and after that we are the policy makers. We should be here, we should be listen to volunteers, and after that we start the action. So we should be to every 17 criteria, but we are starting to just one of these, first of all 11th and the 3rd, because the councils extended, and we have some NGOs and volunteers. So if they any come with the, for example, gender equality or the green life and the sustainable livable cities, if they have any idea about no poverty, we should be do the as a first of all and the primary. I'm sorry, you are on the mute.
You're right. What type of projects are proposed and that the municipality can implement? Because they can come with many ideas, but what type of project would you be ready as a municipality to implement in relation to the target of the Sustainable Development Goals?
First of all, we have some policies for what we can do and what we cannot do about in our regions. First of all, when they come with the, there is a not parking allowed parking spaces. We can do this as a local government, but they should do as a metropolis, Izmir Metropolis Municipality. This is our duty. This is not our duty. This is their duty. We are sharing what we can do about the volunteers, and that's why we are doing the orientation and the workshops and the teaching them what we can do about as a local government. So when they come with the ideas, and after that we are sharing what we can do and the policies, and after that we are doing workshops like Kente's working groups, and they are the 25 architecture students, and they are volunteers also, and they come us with the let's do some older buildings are green buildings, but we are saying that we can do that because of the policies, because of the this is not our duty for the governance, and we are trying to defend what we can do. And also we are doing the let's add some youth-friendly city process. We are doing the young city process in this, and we are adding some ideas into it. And after 1 year later, we are sharing in the council, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we should do, because the volunteers and the participations want to do that as a member of our democratic participation. So after 1 year, we're trying to have some budgets for this and some policies for this.
Okay, thank you very much. John Maha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aballa.
Thank you very much. Thank you for a very interesting presentation. I share Dr. Hobala's concerns about the breadth, but I wanted to ask you a different question. You didn't say very much about the methodology through which the policy was developed. And I'd just like to invite you to comment on what kinds of benchmarks you used to decide that this was the right way to do what you wanted to do. What kinds of good practice were you inspired by? What drove the policy choices?
Yeah, thank you for questioning. And we are in the just the early days. Unfortunately, COVID-19 pandemic, we couldn't work on that side and process so much because of there was no volunteers and some participations. But we are trying to extend it to our services and the benchmarking marketing. But Gloria network is an important issue for the development, and also we benchmark it, and we are the only one, and maybe on the world we shared it about that. We are the only one volunteer platform for the United Nations Sustainability Goals on the base. So this is the difference, and this is why we are encouraging our idea from all around the world. So everybody should volunteer in platforms based on the SDOs.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Maha.
Okay, so I thank you for your presentation. I got just one question. I want to ask about the municipality team that is responsible for assessing the proposed projects. As you said, it's like in a very wide field. So what's the structure of this team? What are their specialty or specialization?
Thank you for questioning. Are you asking me that if there is a coming with a big idea and what you can do, what you are saying to volunteer? I understand. Is it correct? I'm so sorry.
Because you said at the beginning that you make such as something like a screening when people propose their ideas for the projects. So I was asking about the team that is responsible for qualifying the idea to be accepted or rejected. Yeah. What's the specialty of this team?
For this event, we have an ethic community. The ethic community is learning about what is the idea, what is the project, what is the budget. They're asking the questions to volunteers in the website. What's the date? What is the purpose? What is the budget? And what you need as a material, as a personal. And we they will answer the question for this. And we are trying to do, we call the medium you create with those software magnets. After evolution, the ideas in the magnet is starting from the one with the highest added value. It will be examined on the radar, that we say, by the constrained resources, and the ideas passing the radar will take into the project bank. The project bank to take advantages of the opportunities and realized by marketing using national and the international funds. That's we have collected the ideas and how we respond to our volunteers, what we're gonna do, what we're trying to do as an ethical community.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Further question from my colleagues. Mr. Balkan, any final comment from your side?
I will say that thank you so much for the chance to presentation. Thank you so much for your questions. And we are deeply sorry about our mayor, Ayhan Kılıç. He couldn't make it, but thank you for understanding and hospitality.
Give him our best regards and teşekkür efendi, and we will connect on the results.
Teşekkürler.
Okay, thank you very much. So, colleagues, we have 10 minutes before the next presentation that will be from Philippines.
Okay, see you in 10 minutes.
So